Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear one of those stories that make you pause, make you think, and maybe even make you tear up a little. So before we begin, if you believe that truth always finds its voice, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay till the end, because this story, it'll change the way you see people forever. The camera fades into a quiet courtroom in a small American town. The clock ticks. Every seat is filled. People whisper, phones click, and eyes turn to the man standing alone by the defense table, David Cole, a single dad and a former Marine veteran. His hands tremble slightly, but his eyes remain calm, holding years of pain, loyalty, and sacrifice behind them. He wasn't supposed to be here. Not like this. Not standing trial for assault, when all he had done was protect his son. Just 3 nights earlier, his 12-year-old boy, Ethan, had been beaten by 3 high school seniors outside a convenience store. David had rushed in when he got the call from a terrified store clerk. When he arrived, his son was bloodied, cornered by the teens. He didn't think, his instincts took over. Within seconds, the bullies were on the ground, and his son was safe. But one of the bullies, Fathers, was a city councilman, and suddenly, justice wasn't so simple anymore. Now David stood accused of excessive force. The prosecutor, a sharp man in an expensive suit, painted him as an unstable veteran who lost control. The crowd nodded along, they only saw what the headlines showed. They didn't see the sleepless nights, the folded flag on his mantle, or the empty chair at dinner, the one that belonged to Ethan's late mother, who died while David was deployed overseas. Ethan sat behind his father, clutching a small toy soldier, the same one his dad carried through 2 tours in Afghanistan. His small eyes filled with worry. The judge, Margaret Hill, adjusted her glasses and called for order. She had a reputation for being strict, unemotional, a woman of law over sympathy. The kind of judge who saw the world in black and white. "Mr. Cole," she said, "do you wish to make a statement before sentencing?" David nodded, his voice steady but heavy. "Yes, Your Honor." He took a breath. "I'm not here to make excuses. I served this country for 18 years. I've seen things that still haunt my sleep. But nothing scared me more than seeing my boy cornered, calling for help, with no one there but me. I reacted like a father, not a soldier. I didn't fight out of anger, I fought out of love." His words echoed in the silence that followed. But the prosecutor smirked. "Love doesn't give you the right to break a boy's jaw, Mr. Cole." David looked down. "You're right. But neither does privilege give a boy the right to beat someone half his size for fun." The judge's gavel hit once. Order. And then, it happened. The clerk handed the judge David's file, and as her eyes scanned the page, something changed in her face. Her lips parted slightly, her hand froze midair. David Cole, former gunnery sergeant, U.S. Marines, Silver Star, Operation Silent Viper. She stopped reading. The courtroom buzzed. A veteran in the audience straightened in his seat, recognizing the operation's name. Silent Viper wasn't just any mission. It was a Black Ops rescue mission deep in Afghanistan, one where an entire squad had been ambushed, and only one man had made it out alive after dragging 3 wounded soldiers across miles of enemy territory. That man was Viper 1, David Cole's call sign. Whispers filled the courtroom. Even the prosecutor lowered his gaze. The judge looked at him again, this time not as an accused man, but as a hero she'd read about years ago in classified reports. Her own brother had served under that mission, and had once told her that Viper 1 saved his life. She leaned back, the room still as stone. "Mr. Cole, did you serve under the call sign Viper 1? "Yes, ma'am." Her voice trembled slightly. "My brother, Captain Hill. He spoke of you." A stunned hush fell over the court. Ethan looked up, confused but proud. The judge removed her glasses, eyes moist now. "This court owes you more than we can repay. You carried your men through hell and came back only to face this." She paused, regaining her composure. "This is not justice, it's politics. And I will not be part of it." Her gavel came down hard. "Case dismissed." Gasps rippled through the courtroom. The prosecutor tried to object, but she silenced him with one glare. "This man's record, his service, and his integrity stand taller than this entire courtroom. We will not punish a father for protecting his child." Ethan ran into his father's arms, tears streaming down his face. David hugged him tight, whispering, "It's okay, buddy. It's finally over. Reporters swarmed, but David ignored them. He only looked at the judge, and quietly said, "Thank you, ma'am." The judge nodded. "No, Sergeant. Thank you." As David and Ethan walked out of the courthouse, the sun broke through the clouds. For the first time in years, he felt peace. Not because he was free, but because he knew, honor doesn't die when the uniform comes off. He lifted his son onto his shoulder, smiled, and said softly, "Let's go home." And that, dear viewers, is why we should never judge someone before we know their story. Sometimes, the quietest people carry the loudest battles inside. If you believe in courage, love, and second chances, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that heroes walk among us every day, sometimes wearing nothing more than a father's heart.